Okay. Jackson party.
You're about to play an unfinished level from The Last of Us Part 2.
Unfinished.
The reason we added this section is there are a few sequences, and we picked the three of the best ones that we cut from the game. Often we build a game that's much bigger than what ends up being the final product. They were months away from being finished, but we wanted to give you an insight of what it's like when we built the game, because often we have this whole thing constructed and it doesn't have final art or audio or dialogue. And here you get to see the building blocks of what it's like when we first string a bunch of these levels together. This is the intro to the first deleted level, and this one is the roughest of the three. We wanted to show more of how Jackson operates. So this is the festival where Ellie ultimately kisses Dina. This sequence would have come very late in the game as a flashback sequence while you're in the farm with Dina. And we wanted to show what is the rest of Jackson doing, and wanted to put on the stick, make it interactive. So you could see when you're outside, there are all these almost like carnival games that you can play. You could mix drinks, you could play with these kids that are playing a sort of clicker Marco Polo, sit down and listen to conversations. And all the different interactions were first or second pass, very, very early passes. The building blocks are there, but nothing is final. And ultimately, while we were very excited by this sequence, it's pretty fun and lighthearted. It just slowed things too much as we're barreling towards the end of the story at this point. So again, reminder, rough, missing audio, missing animation, missing gameplay tweaks, missing dialogue, but pretty representative of what it would have been. So enjoy.
Interesting. Man, if this was like them making a level where like, oh, what up, Liquid Form? What are you watching? So we beat the game, and this is like in the extras section where. Oh, hold on. Why is your message not popping up? Okay, basically, this is like in the extras section where you get to like look at and see like what uh the extra levels that would have been in the game that are not. But yeah, so then they had it where like you can watch a video of him introducing it. So like these levels are in like an alpha, they're not even done. All the assets and stuff aren't done.
Originally, this level was going to transition us to farm. We would go all the way through to the dance, where Ellie and Dina share their first kiss. Then we would play through farm, and when Ellie plays the guitar at night, she would remember the Seth incident. So, the opening for this was a little tricky. We needed it to match at least a little what you might expect emotionally coming from prior beats, because we were already purposefully disorienting you in time and space. Remember, you just came from this huge fight. To jump straight into it would have been a little too jarring. After some back and forth, we rooted it in Ellie's nerves, calling back to her hands shaking in the theater. But this time, for a much more innocuous reason we'll find out later. She's nervous because she has a crush on Dina, who is the only reason why she's here at the dance.
Oh, cool.
Something we really wanted to do was highlight the way their lives had turned upside down since she went down this path. We had this idea of recontextualizing all of our usual gameplay mechanics that were designed for really violent ends. The workbench, door bashes, throwable weapons, and even the infected, which is my personal favorite. Peppered throughout the level are moments of levity or shared history, all the while seeing how happy and mundane they all were before her huge revenge odyssey. We use our workbench a lot to make a lot of things
Oh, I
that
skipped a
kill,
bunch.
maim, and hurt people. Here, we had the silly idea of using the same feel, harkening back to the same animations, using the exact same UI to instead fix a drink. Like the workbench, you could pick your base, and then you could add something to it. And at the time, we had some different reactions from Ellie based on how strong you chose to make the drink. Something we wanted to prototype though, before it got cut, was picking up some ingredients around to add, like a lime or maybe a bottle of someone's favorite whiskey or salt. Like you were earning upgrades. We
What
also
up,
toyed
Quinn?
with having Ellie carry around the drink you made and occasionally sip it, psyching herself up to go talk to Dina inside because she's nervous. It got too noodly though, because she would need to keep placing it somewhere before she did anything. So it would have ended up more trouble than it was
You
worth.
confessed? Who's she? I'm not sure what you're talking about, Quinn. Also, I don't drink alcohol, so I don't know what's considered good. I think people like tequila. You're like, oh, well, congratulations, Quinn. I mean, I don't know what you said, but that's huge, especially in the modern day and age. That's awesome. I'm happy to hear that, brother. So there's going to be missing assets and stuff. So that's what we should expect to see. Missing audio and stuff like that.
It is not a festival without one of these throwing games. This one, of course, uses our throwable system where you're often chucking explosive things or stunning things, but for a more wholesome purpose, although some people take this game really seriously. A fun aspect of this is if you did well, you could win a toy here. Ellie would place it in her pocket. If you had done this, you'd find the toy with JJ, the baby, later back at the farm. When we
I'm a
caught
hero.
this, the toy made it through anyway because it was so cute. It is the same one you see on the tractor at the farm. Ollie the elephant.
Oh.
The makeup artist is pretty simple. It's one of those little in-game scenes we peppered in to make it feel like Ellie had roots in the town. Hallie, our writer, mentioned that in her mind, an ex-girlfriend of Ellie's tattooed her arm to cover up her scar. So we figured this might be the only time you get to see that. We wanted to hint at it and allude to it and make it feel like there had been so much more that had been happening and so much more that Ellie threw away.
Oh, well, that kind of sucks. That's a tough situation to be in. I'm not
This
really
is one of
one
my
to be
favorite
given
sections because I
advice
think
like
that it
this,
achieves
but
both the slice of life aspect of Jackson while also being a stark reminder of how dark the world that they live in really, really is. To attract attention and curiosity,
yeah, I don't
one
know.
of the kids was
That's
supposed
really
to make
tough.
this adorable, messed up little clicker impression, and the others would giggle. We tried a version where if you got close enough, the kid might try to follow you a little before turning back. Since clickers are blind and move by echolocation, for this game of messed up tag, Ellie must close her eyes and listen for when the children give themselves away. The thought was that these kids are in relative safety. They still grow up with the dangers of clickers and runners, and all those lessons would embed themselves in the games that they play. When the festival got cut, they tried to preserve this moment and move it to the front of the game where the snowball fight is, as a tutorial. However, being in the headspace of a clicker doesn't really teach you how to deal with them. Eventually, it evolved, and they instead made the snowball fight, which was, I think, way more effective. For me, it's character illuminating that not only does Ellie know this game, she plays along. There's a familiarity with the kids that's really nice to see, especially because it's such a difference from the Ellie we see later,
I didn't
who
understand
has a
that.
sort of hollow normalcy that she's trying to get with JJ, but kind of fails. There's a hidden spot at the back that was just a bit of fun. It was highlighting Jackson's normalcy with something we would find in a real world. In the back, you would find teenagers finding some alone time with each other in a dark corner of a party. It was rewarding the player for peeking into a hidden corner, but ultimately redirecting them back to the festival. We also had versions of them smoking weed here, despite Maria's consternation, probably having gotten it from Eugene.
Interesting. It's like fun facts and stuff. Maria is like her mother aunt figure. And Tommy's like her uncle. Yeah. Okay. So that was a cool little what do you call it? Cool hint or cool stuff to see. Now this is part 2. So these levels aren't even in the game. They're just, you know, them explaining what would have.
In this second deleted level, which is an extended sequence of the sewers in
For those that, yeah, Neil Druckmann, he's the guy behind Uncharted and The Last of Us, and now the new game coming out.
Survives an attack by stalkers and gets thrown out of the window and gets swept away by the current. And then we cut this section that used to be there in the final game. Now you will get to play it. So this was a way to get a bit more interesting puzzles, interesting traversal, figure out how Ellie can navigate the sewers with the fighting current. Ultimately, with a lot of these levels and these sequences, the reason why we cut them more for pacing purposes. But here it is for you in this very kind of raw form that part of it will feel finished, parts of it will feel like assets are missing as far as audio, animation won't be final, but it's a glimpse into what a game looks like when it's months away from finishing. Enjoy.
Cool.
Get off of me!
I do remember this. Can those things even breathe underwater? I don't even know. Oh, for anyone who's still here, just a heads up, since we are now done with The Last of Us Part 2, I put up a poll on YouTube and or Blue Sky, whichever one you guys prefer. It's going to be up until tomorrow, but basically I'm choosing what to play next. I was asking if people wanted me to play a short game, because The Last of Us was a pretty long one, in Shadow of the Colossus. That's going to be the short game. Or if I should just move on to the game that I've been wanting to play, but it's a long one because it's JRPG, in Metaphor Refantasio. So if you guys want to, you can go to YouTube or under my account or channel or whatever it's called. There's a post. You guys can vote for my next game. Or Blue Sky.
This level, internally known as
Well,
Finding
two.
Nowhere, was
I
quite
missed
long
one.
in duration as we had to make Ellie traverse a far distance to the opposite side of downtown Seattle. The sewer section was originally longer than what we released the game with, approximately 10 minutes more. This was one of the few areas of the game that used water flow as part of a traversal puzzle. The player has to go upstream to use the current to get to the platform to reach the other side. We mostly cut this mechanic game wide, however it remained in essence in the section swimming to the aquarium as Ellie when you were avoiding the waves. When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they're faced with a dead end. The real reason for this dead end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out of the doorway, players are faced with a route onwards. pipe that they'd not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that was hidden from
Get me the
view when
hell
on the
outta
side
here.
platforms. The intention here being that the only option is to go off the standard path in order to search for a way out.
Just trying to look for number 1.
The ladder acts as an immediate
There
goal
we
for
go.
the player, but being able to climb out is not going to be so easy.
Fucking
To keep levels interesting and engaging, we alternate between positive and negative values the player experiences. Here, it's a positive to have found a ladder, but then a negative to discover it's not the solution. But then another positive to identify the next short-term goal of the doorway. By alternating between these opposing values, we give players what they expect, and not how they expect it.
Interesting. That's pretty cool.
When players reach the doorway and enter into the room, they're faced with a dead end. The real reason for this dead end room is that on the reversal, when exiting back out of the doorway, players are faced with the route onwards. A pipe that they'd not been able to see when they were swept past it on the way in, and something that was hidden from view when on the side platforms. The intention here being that the only option is to go off the standard path in order to search for a way out. Throughout the rest of the level, we also use light to indicate to the player that they were heading in the right direction. At each turn, however, we block the direct route forward. Players would know that they just have to keep finding alternative paths, promoting those feelings of being desperate and trapped.
I hate they cut Ellie's visions of Joel. That's really would have enforced the PT thing.
We slowly introduce the player to consider climbing.
Are you talking about like around this section, or are you talking about like in general?
Keep going up and up.
Encourage the player to climb into such a small pipe that they'd have to be crawling on their stomach, which is something that the player previously may not have recognised as a playable space, let alone the desired route they need to take. We added a tiny space just to reward the player's exploration with a pickup item, and we made sure it was something that made sense that you'd find in this area. A canister and all the garbage that had been washed into the sewers from the surface.
I mean, because they did show it like near the end,
We love the
though.
idea of making Ellie prone through a
It was
tiny
when
dirty
she was at
void
the
in order to
farm
get out.
with Dina and the baby. The she was doing things, and then like it triggered a lot of the Joel stuff. Yeah, I didn't remember the sewer part that much.
Initially, the oblong collision capsule around her character caused issues crawling around corners. We put extra effort into the custom corner collision, so the movement experience is as smooth as the main game. In order for the player to feel cramped, claustrophobic and desperate, we'd been enforcing the traversal mechanics that allow for a tight environment which promote these feelings. We introduced the use of the squeeze through so that we can keep the player feeling enclosed and tight, but without repeating the same geometry. Here we change from low ceilings with wider walls to high ceilings and tight walls to change up the spatial pacing and keep the level from repeating itself. Originally, we had the waterline much higher here, so players had to swim through this tight tunnel. However, from watching user test feedback, it was occasionally causing people to discount the route entirely and turn back on themselves. So to avoid any risk of this happening in the final game, we present a lower water level so the tunnel is easy to see and commit to using. Although this isn't as impactful without the prone swim, it's the better decision as it means a smoother experience for the player with no backtracking frustration. As we surface from the water and over the crest of the slope, we reveal what is further in this tunnel. A clicker that has sprouted and the fungus has grown on the sides of the pipe. It was great to see people who user tested this area becoming increasingly worried as we forced the player to squeeze past the fungus and inches away from the clicker's face, all the time not being sure whether the clicker might be alive or attack them. Although we aren't as cruel as to force a clicker attack in such close proximity, we do have a payoff for this moment. This clicker momentarily turned into Joel to show Ellie's PTSD from what happened to Joel at the start of the game. Ultimately, we decided to save this moment for the farm level, as it was more impactful there because it could become the centerpiece of that experience.
Oh.
Whereas in the sewers, we weren't able to make it as much of a narrative point and give it the breathing room and reaction time that it deserves, given the tight space. We draw the player towards this pipe.
So this is what you're talking
seemingly
about.
to
I
brief out
see.
the tight
Okay.
space. Fairly soon, it is obvious that this path is blocked. If the player goes all the way up to the bars that block the path, they are rewarded with a pickup, so this journey doesn't feel wasted. It is important to encourage the player to try to progress along
gross.
this path so that they would subtly be thinking of progress in this direction. We hint to the player that there is a bigger, new space beyond this pipe by showing the player the waterfall. This helps players consider the other route where they don't know how far the tunnel is or whether they'd make it.
Gross. Oh. Oh, whoa. Oh, yeah, okay. No, I see what you're saying now. That would have been cool if that was if this was part of the thing. Dang, that's kind of bonkers.
For the final section, we eventually opened you out into a wider area as you traverse through such tight spaces leading up to this. So changing the environmental pacing makes it begin to feel like we're coming to the end of Ellie's ordeal. An earlier iteration used the current that we'd shown at the start for a slightly tougher traversal puzzle to conclude the sewers. The ladder was clearly visible from most of the area, but the player was faced with a fast-flowing torrent of water they couldn't cross. If the player attempted to jump into the water, they were not able to swim across the ladder due to the water's speed. But instead, they had to traverse the pipe running along the top of the space in order to get across the water.
Can I even get over here? I can't. I wonder if there's going to be any combat in these, like, small demos. Oh, gross.
Using this pipe was retained in the iteration we shipped with, as it's the last of the extreme methods Ellie has to undergo in order to escape the sewers, and what she will go through in her pursuit of revenge. The last ladder climb is quite lengthy, and although we could have trimmed it down to a shorter climb, we liked how this last segment of the journey built anticipation for whether there was success at the top or not after all you've been through. Ultimately, the ladder exits out into the subway station, which is how it connects in the final game. Ellie then has to find her way to the hospital from here, crossing paths with the scars for the first time.
Okay.
For this third and final deleted level, what we call the boar hunt sequence, this was a sequence pretty late in the game. It was right after the whole Seattle Abby sequence where Abby spares Ellie. and then we wanted to come back into Ellie's story, but keep it a bit mysterious of how much time has passed, where is Ellie now. So we're coming in on Ellie, and she's following a trail of blood. And we wanted to mirror, in a way, the deer hunt sequence from the first game with a boar. And there's something with Ellie that now she can't let go of this violence. She's pursuing it, even against this innocent animal. This was another opportunity to show how the violence that Ellie has experienced, the violence that she witnessed being afflicted onto Joel, is still sticking with her, and she's still experiencing these PTSD moments. This was a sequence that was pretty far along and was cut pretty late in production. Parts of it are still really rough, but the gameplay, the building blocks were all there. I think you'll have fun to see, like, again, a rough, unfinished sequence that you can play. You can see all the way to the end, and including a cinematic that we end up cutting. And the remnants of the sequence ended up being mentioned in Ellie's journal. So this part of the story that we developed still made its way into the game as kind of optional stuff that you could read about.
I did see that.
Experience it. So as a reminder, this is pretty rough, months away from being finished, but you get to see it now.
So the boar hunt was one of the hardest levels for me to work on. It was a huge challenge with the systems that we had, and we kept trying, but it never felt quite right. Originally, the level happened after the Jackson Festival, which also got cut, but before Farm. Once the festival got cut, it became the prologue to Farm. The intended experience is that we jump forward in time after the fight with Abby in the theater. We don't know where Dina is. We likely assume she's dead because she was just bleeding out. Ellie is alone. Her hair is short. So maybe this is the future or the present. And she's hunting.
Which game haven't you played between the two? Metaphor. That one I have not played. I bought it. So that game came out 2024. I bought it like months later when it went on sale. And then I installed it, just never played it. Because I was like, oh, it's going to be a long game. I don't think people were going to be... Or no, there was a lot going... There was a bunch of games like going at the same time. Shadow of the Colossus, I've played at least twice. The original... Or not the original. I originally played on the PS3. That was the ported version from the PS2. It was in the collection with Eco. And then... I played the remastered one once because I own it. But yeah, I played it once and it was amazing. So I'm just gonna play it again because I was like, I'm kind of in the mood to play some Shadow. But regardless of if I've played a game or not, I'm down to do any of them. It's just because the reason I am doing this is because I just installed Shadow like kind of recently, and I was like, Last of Us was a long game. We did try I was about to say Kingdoms of Amalur, but that's not it. Lords of the Fallen 2, or no, sorry, Lords of the Fallen reboot, and I did not like that game. So then I just hopped onto Last of Us 2, and Last of Us 2 was a lot longer than I would have expected because I was only playing in like 2-hour increments. And then Metaphor, I know is going to be, it's a very me game. Like I'm going to enjoy it. I just don't know if it's a really good game for like an audience to watch because it's JRPG. Unless, you know, you're a big JRPG fan, but that game's going to be long. So I was like, why don't I just put like a game in between Last of Us and this so that like it's something short. But that's if people wanted. If people didn't and they didn't care, then I would have just, or if I didn't care, I would have just hopped onto Metaphor. But I just wanted to see if people wanted something a little different. Oh, you know what? It's because when I finished Last of Us Part 1, I asked people if they wanted me to just hop into Part 2, or if they wanted me to play Lords of the Fallen
Thorough,
first.
much too close for comfort.
'Cause the same scenario, because I was like,
Thinking was it
I didn't
wasn't
know if
going to
people
be
wanted like
peaceful.
just like a
Is this
long
really
marathon of
hunting for food,
Last of Us
or
1
is
and
she hunting
2.
for some other reason?
Or excuse me, part 1 and part 2. I didn't know if people wanted that, so that's why I wanted to put something in between, just something a little different.
The gas station was built to highlight the bore's destructiveness. Since it's cramped, the bore feels larger. We also feel trapped with it, though perhaps it's trapped with us. When it charges, it gets to us quickly, so we must be on our toes. This made it more aligned with Ellie's sort of hunting for trouble mindset. Listening became more important, as well as moving around slowly so it didn't hear you. Could you spot it before it saw or heard you? And could you get a shot off quickly enough so you could dodge out of the way? Or is the shot worth the cost after? It feels like a gamble. By the end of the fight, everything would likely be in shambles. The boar would burst through the back, and Ellie would follow it and finally enact revenge.
Where is he?
Got you.
God dang. I thought I had him.
Nowhere to run.
The boar kill was supposed to be anything but glorious. With the boar whimpering at the back of the gas station,
Even a bathroom? Yeah, it's made by the people who made Persona. That's why I wanted to play. I love Persona. Persona. I played 3, 4, and 5. I played 5 twice. I played 3 Reload, and then I played 4 Golden on the PS Vita. But then, now that they're making P4 again, like next year, I'm excited for that. And then Persona 6. But yeah, Metaphor is made by the same team. One of my friends predicted that we would. That's nice. Oh, and that's it. Okay, so those were 3 of the lost levels. Pretty cool. There's a bunch of like behind the scenes stuff. Commentary. I wonder if this is for like the entire game or if this is what. Okay. So now that we're done with the story, which I'm not going to spoil, but we're going to go to No Return, which is their roguelike mode. So we're going to do that. Yeah, so that's why I wanted to play, was because I like Persona, and I just know that it's going to be a really long game. Tomorrow, though, I will announce the results or the answer, and then I will be deleting those polls, just so it's not here. Okay, that's the crafting bench. Let's see if this thing gets updated. No. Okay, I definitely don't want to use a bow. Forget that. What upgrades do we have? I still only have a pistol, so that sucks. Can't even upgrade it, so that sucks too. So let's pick our next. Oh, that's what I chose. So we have. No, this is the only choice we have. We have a mystery encounter. And we don't know what it's going to be. Clear each wave. Vaulting boosts movement speed. Man, I don't care about vaulting. Alright, let's see. What do we got? Okay, we got a health pack. That's always huge. We got a reload just in case. I don't know what LF is. Not a firefly. Oh.
The fuck is she? Spread out. She's around here somewhere.
Oh no. Yeah, dang, I'm a beast. I'll take your weapon. I will definitely take bullets. Let's heal a little bit. Have I played Days Gone? Actually, I have not. That's on my backlog. So, I'm gonna... So, originally, I thought I was gonna finish this game on Friday. That ended up not happening. Because the game was a lot longer than I thought. So what I was going to do... I don't care about that. What I was going to do was I was going to... uninstall this and do Destiny 2. Mainly because, you know, we all know that in the big November, this little indie game called GTA 6 is coming out. I'm on fire. There's a little indie game called GTA 6 is coming out. So, me not being a GTA fan, you know, since I'm not going to play it. No, I don't want that. I wanted to find like some other game to play like instead of GTA, you know? Oh, I can make a Molotov. Actually, I should have healed myself first. Oh, this is bad. I'm out of bullets. Never mind, I just found some.
Don't let her escape.
What was it here? Let's go.
All right.
I did pretty okay. Heck yeah, dude. Okay, anyway. Yo, what up, Darn? Why don't you like GTA? Okay, so I have very unpopular opinions slash hot takes. Some people will call them hot takes. I just call it unpopular opinion. I'm not a fan of GTA. I'm not a fan of Fallout, Elder Scrolls Skyrim. The reason is because, or I guess GTA slash Red Dead. They do what I think is like the biggest offense in video games is they have mechanics in their game that make it not fun. For GTA specifically, they control, like the way you control your character feels like a double A or like a single A game. Like when you think of, I'm trying to think of a game. When I think of a game that's like GTA, the caliber that they are, like the amount of budget that goes into their games, and for their game to not play smoothly is a big, like, to me that's just a big sin. Like that's terrible. Their games, okay, like here's an example. I love Mafia, and I don't know if you count Mafia as a triple A. To me, I count them as double A because they're good games and they're not like extremely high budget, but they're not like everybody talks about Mafia. Maybe they are considered triple A, but they're like, to me, they're like the lower end of triple A. For them, if their game plays a little weird, I'm okay with that because their budget was much less. GTA's budget is like in another planet, but like their game, like when I want my character to move left, I don't know why he has to run an entire circle just to go left when he can just look left, but they don't. It just plays to me. Okay, this is just me. I'm not saying like factually or anything. When I play it, it's just bad. The driving's okay. It's just the character movement part sucks. And another big offense for GTA specifically, online, that menu is horrendous. There's way too many things with not enough buttons on a controller to do. Their online menu horrible, awful. Why, I don't know how they got away with it, but it's terrible. I hate it. Sleeping Dogs. Okay, Sleeping Dogs is actually a great one. Sleeping Dogs is like single A or double A, but that game is phenomenal. I love Sleeping Dogs. That game's awesome. But for me, when I play a game like that, it's okay for that game to be a little janky because that game is not high caliber. Like, you know what I mean? It's not like billions of dollars were put into this game, unlike GTA. Sleeping Dogs gets a pass. So like if you're like an indie game, you get a pass from me because you're small, like it's a smaller team. So like if imagine if you bought Call of Duty or played Call of Duty but it like played terribly. That would be like, I would be so mad. Sleeping Dogs, fun fact, Sleeping Dogs almost, like, it had a half sequel. There was a game out there called Triad Wars that I played. I did get to play back then. It was Sleeping Dogs, but like online. And because like they use the same world as Sleeping Dogs, but then like you just like race other people or you like do other. I don't even remember what much about it because there wasn't that many cutscenes in it, but it was like a beta that I played, and then they shut it down. I had fun. I liked it a lot, but it just didn't. It just didn't work out like that. But now let's talk about Red Dead. I don't like Red Dead because, or Red Dead 2 specifically, because that beginning part is such a slog, dude. I fell asleep playing the beginning, and then I like, you know, I woke up and I was like, no, I'm uninstalling this game for sure. Got rid of it. And then we don't need to talk about Bethesda. Their games just look ugly. And encumberment is such a dumb thing to have into your game. Crazy. But yeah, GTA not for me. The only reason I never grew up with GTA like most people did. The only reason why I bought it was because my favorite YouTube channel was playing it all the time, and they made it look fun. So then I bought it, thinking, you know, it's been years, so like maybe they've tinkered with it and like fixed it up or whatever. But then they didn't, and I was like, oh well, that's a bummer, you know. Got some currency. Not a lot, but better than it. Oh, I wonder why it's gold. I don't know what that means, but I'm buying that for sure. And then I can re-roll. I don't care about the machete part. I just care about the gun. Let's craft. Oh, I can't upgrade it. Or I guess I just don't have it? Oh, it's here. I just don't know why it won't let me upgrade it. Hmm. Recoil, stability. Maybe... Stability. The only GTA I like is old school Vice City. Never even played any of those. I wonder why. Only just the pistol. You know what? I guess I can make it the best pistol in the world. Alright, it's got everything maxed out. Save the rest for the next one. Alright, what do we got? Okay, if I do this, at least I get someone to help me. That's nice. Enemies drop bombs. But look at the multiplier. I mean, I don't know if that makes a difference. Let's just do this one. There he is. Reload.
Follow my lead.
Right behind you.
That's wild that she... That's wild. That's wild. I shot her in the face. And she survived. That's crazy. It sucks we won't ever see Tommy again. Are you talking about in The Last of Us 2? Or what game are you talking about? Is this story mode? Oh, no, it's not story mode. This is the roguelike mode. Man, that's crazy. I don't know how they survived that. That sucks too, because right when I unlocked a cool weapon, they freaking killed me, dude. What says? Gambits are challenges that appear once every encounter. Risk your gambits give greater rewards, including currency, ammo, and health. Can be unlocked by completing challenges. Oh. That's cool. That's really cool. Upgrade all persons as Ellie. Kill 4 enemies with Molotovs in 1 encounter. Oh. Oh, Vice City. Okay. I thought you were talking about something else. Because there's also a character in here named Tommy. And I thought that's who we were talking about. You can make one. Everyone plays the same randomly generated run. Your run will be abandoned if not completed within 24 hours. Moderate. I will stick with Ellie.
Let's get out of here.
Okay, well, we're starting over. Gotta upgrade everything again. That's funny too. I was talking about like changing up my fire rate and stability, and then like I try to kill that one person and she just murdered me instead. Gas station. Okay, sure. Gas station. Hmm. I don't know where they are. Oh, there's one person. Oh, I only have 3 bullets left. That's really bad. Oh. Oh, that's everybody. Oh. And you find a good place to hide. This is a bad place. They are right there. Oh my god. Oh, that was all of them? Okay, sure. Heck yeah, dude. Oh no, where was that chat? Oh, it's right here. I hate that they like make the icon disappear so quickly. Like, give me a chance to find it, you know? Kill an enemy with a bomb or a Molotov. I have a Molotov, so I just don't know where they're gonna be coming from. One bullet, huh?
Done.
That was pretty close. Oh, I guess I could have just used that. That would have been way smarter. Way smarter. A B? What? My accuracy was not too bad. Oh, maybe because I took too long? That might be it. Okay, what do we got? Okay. Have I played Metro Exodus? I have not. I never really got into the Metro games. I own one. I don't remember how or why I own it. Let me see. Metro. Oh, I own Metro 2033. I don't know which one this. Oh, I last played it in 2016. The last time I touched it 10 years ago. That's crazy. But yeah, never really got into it, so. What up, Rodrigo? Revolver? How much does it cost? 8? I'll buy it. Yeah, we'll reroll. Okay. That was actually really dumb of me. I don't know why I did that. In a long time, start a new job. Oh, heck yeah, dude. Sous chef. Nice. That's awesome. If you don't mind me asking, what like type of restaurant is it? I don't know what the difference between hunted and assault is. But I really don't want to go against the infected. Asian culture. Nice. Roppongi. Oh, that's Japanese for sure. Cool, dude. That's super cool. Has it ever gotten like super hectic like they do it in like the movies or TV shows?
Right here!
Ooh, gross. I forgot they have more health.
They went into the grass! The fuck are they? Make a bridge.
Oh wait, out of the way. Oh wow. My first week there was a reservation of 40 people. And after there was a tasting with 36. Wow, dude. He's a sushi chef. That's so cool. And in liquid form here is asking, did you start off as a dishwasher or did you have prior experience? Oh, prior experience. Okay, so it sounds like prior experience for sure. That's cool, dude. And it sounds like you like it there too, so that's always a plus. Oh, you have to work 50 hours. 10 more than the average. And 28 an hour is pretty good, plus tips is also pretty good. Hopefully you got a big tip from that the reservations. And also just hopefully it doesn't like get to a point where it gets so stressed out because restaurants can like tend to be super like all over the place. Okay, give me a sec. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. It's a solid team, but they still need some work. They're all 21 and under. Oh, wow, they are really young. You were a dishwasher for Fogo de Chao? No way. The food there is also fancy. I feel like for a restaurant that's like more higher end, it probably wouldn't be as bad, right? Like as an experience comparing to like a smaller restaurant. Because I feel like if you work at like a more nicer restaurant, the head chef is like he or she has certain expectations and like things that you got to do, and then you just like, but they usually steer you more correctly for because of all the experience they've had versus like somebody who's just like a mom and pop shop or like somebody who yeah, I guess just a mom and pop shop where like they just work how they work and then you just have to, go with the flow type of thing. I wonder if that's the case.
here! Oh shit!
Why did he not help me? Oh, weird.
God damn it!
Oh, dang. Ah, that's cool. That's pretty cool. I obviously don't know much about restaurants and food and stuff. I'm just the type of guy I go, if I eat something, I go, yep, that tastes fine. That tastes good to me. If it's like beef, all right, tastes like beef. I'm good. But like, never would I ever step foot into a restaurant. Your boy can't cook for anything. Can't cook to save his life. The seeds. But I'm glad that you still pursued it and tried your best anyway, because you still got it. You got it, my guy. When opportunity knocks, you let him in. What is my favorite food? Okay, there's a caveat to that. Because I don't know if you count ice cream as food. If that doesn't count as food, it would have to be. I'm a noodle soup guy. I don't know which one though, because I'm Vietnamese, so we have pho. That's a big one. Beef. Chicken one's good too, but then there's something called bung ba. That's also Vietnamese. But ramen, big fan of. The Chinese. What are they called? They're just called like Chinese beef noodle soup. Uh, Ramen. I said udon. Big fan of. Like I'm an Asian noodle soup guy. If we don't count ice cream. Ice cream number one. What is I want to see what that is. I have no idea. Give me a second. Oh, got that wrong. Okay, I just wanted to know what it is, but I didn't think it was just gonna tell me in Spanish. Traditional Mexican dish combining spicy pork sausage, chorizo, and tender prickly pear cactus pads. Simmered in a rich chili sauce, often red. Oh, often eaten for breakfast or lunch. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever had cactus before. I don't think so. You eat yours with tortilla. Oh, okay. Underbelly? Why have I heard of that before? Oh, underbelly? There's some in my area, or kinda, like somewhere in LA. Wait, that's not true. Hold on, I'm trying to see. Where? Oh. Oh, never mind. They're both in San Diego. Or North Park. In Little Italy. Oh. Some people like it, some don't. Texture's kind of rubbery. Ah, I see. I'm trying to think if I eat something that's kind of rubbery. Kinda. What is clayuta? That sounds interesting. Oh. A layer of refried beans, cabbage or lettuce, avocado, tomato. I have never heard of this before. Oh, it's like a pizza, or like often served similarly to like a pizza. On Google, it says Tlayuda. I wonder if there's like a pronunciation thing so I can hear what it sounds like. Sometimes spelled Clayuda. I need Google to like read that word to me. Pronounce words. Tlayuda? Okay. Interesting. Hmm. Was featured on the Netflix TV show Street Food Volume 2. I've never heard of street food. David Gelb and Brian McGinn exploring street food around the world. Wow. Oh, the first season was like Asia, and then the second season Latin America, and then the third season USA. Wow. Ooh. All right, we'll do one more run. That was bad. Will randomly appear in deposit requested items to receive an extra weapon or recipe on return of the hideouts. Wow. The best cheese. How do you get Joel? Oh, you gotta play. Okay, I'll play as Dina.
Onward.
Oh, she uses a revolver. Wow, different. Oh. How many? Did I? Oh, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's like 6, and I can't even get to the 6th one. Come on. Melee kills restore health. That's huge. That's real big.
Motherfuck.
I don't even know where they are.
God.
I will take your bet. How did this person even get in here? Oh. Crazy.
Jeez.
Oh, here we go. I see one.
You fuck off now.
How many? 2 more people? Oh, there they are. There's one of them. I'm a beast.
Damn.
Okay. Lucky me. This is awesome. I love that you guys like found something that you know about each other in common and now you guys are just chatting away. That's awesome to see. Because I have zero idea what you guys are even talking about, but so cool. Didn't I know that was an actual person? Maybe one day. Maybe. God bless. I wanted to get that. I'm short on money. Oh well. It be what it be. Oh, I need more damage. Or I would like to have more damage. Next run. I do not want to fight the infected. That is really tough. I am a very picky eater. Well, what up, Trevor? I'm gonna tell you guys something that might sting a lot, or even a little. Prepare your ears, because I'm about to give you pollution. I don't really like cheese. Or like, lately though, I don't love it, but I have slightly tolerated avocados. Like, I don't like, avocados used to like taste really funny to me and I just didn't like it. But then like having eaten sushi and stuff where like they actually put avocados in it sometimes, I just like roll my eyes and just eat it. Or like California rolls, But I'm like, ugh, it would taste so much better without it. In my opinion, not like to the general people, but like slowly I've been like, all right, avocado's okay. But do I like avocado in desserts? Absolutely not. Like, if I was to order something, I would never order it like with avocado. Or with like if it had avocado, like I wouldn't order it. But like if I was eating a California roll where like it's just in it, like I'll eat it, but I won't be like, oh, this is avocados is not one of those foods where like once it reaches my mouth, then like I don't like it. But like for example, cheese. When I eat cheese, to me, like it just cannot redeem itself. I am not a fan of cheese. The only exception that I have seems to be mozzarella because I'm okay with pizza. Because for whatever reason, the cheese on pizza does not taste like a cheese to me. But literally any other kind of cheese is just disgusting to me, right? I'll tell a story. So when I was younger, like like 10 or something, or even younger than that, I actually did like cheese when I was younger. My mom would buy a block of cheese. I don't know what it was, but it was like white-ish. And sometimes we had like a cheese slicer, so I would slice and then eat it, and like, oh, I like it, right? And then just one random day, I was like, oh, I'm in the mood for some cheese. I sliced it, I ate it. Yeah, I gagged a little. I was like, oh, like what happened? I liked this yesterday, but for whatever reason, just the next day, I just did not like it anymore. And then ever since then, anything that had cheese in it, or yeah, that had cheese in it, I just was like, oh no, it just tastes awful. The only thing I am able to eat is what did I just say, pizza, or like the other thing, like honestly, if it just didn't have it, it would make it better. But like chili cheese fries, I love chili cheese fries. But like if it didn't have cheese, it would be much better in my opinion. But for whatever reason, I just cannot eat cheese. It's just gross. Like if I went to like a McDonald's or like a fast food burger place, and if I ordered a hamburger but like they put cheese in it or like they don't take it out, when I take a bite into it, I just taste the cheese, and then to me it just ruins the entire burger for me. Yeah, so I stay away from all cheeses except on pizza. That's the only time I'll eat it. Any other time, like I just don't. Ugh, just not a fan of cheese. Yeah, like even like pastas where like they like sprinkle parmesan. Speaking of parmesan, uh, my sister got me like from this restaurant. She got me a spaghetti or like like a tomato based pasta thing. And you know, we didn't like I didn't even know this either. But that was the first time she got it for me, and they don't tell you that they put parmesan cheese on it. They just do it. So we had no idea. She got it for me, and then I tasted it. I was like, "Oh, dude, this cheese just tastes like vomit." Like for the first couple of bites of the spaghetti or whatever it was, like it just tasted like vomit. Once I got through that, I was like, okay, the rest of the spaghetti was good, but just that sprinkle of Parmesan cheese in that one area, it just made it disgusting. I try real hard to scarf it down and like drink something to like distract my taste buds from tasting cheese. Just for whatever reason, I just do not like cheese. It's gross. But a lot of people love cheese, you know? Just not me. For whatever reason, I just my body just does not like it.
Over here. Come on.
Right behind you.
There's 4 people. All right, Jesse, you gotta pull your weight, brother, man. We cannot have you do what you did to me last round. You did me dirty. Oh. What? Can I not? Come on, Jesse, get her off me. She's on fire. Thank you.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I'm somewhat of a picky eater, I'm not gonna lie. I don't like Velveeta. I don't like any cheese at all. It's just, yeah, for whatever reason, it just tickles my tongue and goes, no, you do not like this at all. Man, are you invincible? Okay, he's actually helping me this time, so I appreciate that. Oh my god, it was right when I pulled the trigger. There you go. Thank you.
Are you alright?
I forgot to melee somebody. Where are they coming from? That way? Okay, we can just stay in this area. Yeah, it's so weird that, like, whatever the cheese that my mom got, it was like white-ish. It wasn't like yellow. So I know it wasn't like American cheese or like the Kraft singles or whatever. It was just some white, it was just a block of cheese, whatever that was. I want that to be the most perfect shot in the world. I'm so glad I did it. Push it.
On your right!
Oh! This person was literally on my right. Where did Jesse go? Oh, there he is. Oh. That was crazy. That was crazy.
Damn, where'd you learn to do that?
Thank you.
I look amazing. Alright, we're good. Whew. I'm gonna have another 10-hour shift. Oh, ooh, good luck with that, dude. Have yourself a good rest. You're going to need it. Gonna be busy, Mr. Sous Chef. Oh, I need one more encounter. Complete 5 gambits for Marlene. Remember Marlene? Heck yeah. New upgrade. Unstoppable. Man, this, like, just as a game concept is so cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna spend any more. I don't need a re-roll. Oh wait, why did I... Whatever, it's okay. More damage, of course. Capacity. Okay, maybe I'll save this. Okay, we'll save, we'll save. Hunted. Long shot. Okay. Ooh, thick fog. Okay. Kill an enemy with a bomb or Molotov. I need to make those. I don't have a Molotov, so I need to... What am I doing? Oh, wait. I mean, these count as bombs, right? Oh, I didn't even have time to look and pick up stuff. Oh, no.
Shit.
Where? With the car! Go around! Get the side! All right!
Ah! Dang, that was hard. Thick fog. Also, the dragon. Does that show back on? What is it? Oh, holdout mode? I don't know what that is. Kill the highlighter by using only mail. Oh, okay, so it's just extra challenges. That's right. More games need this type of it. They don't just stay in one spot. Yeah, in The Last of Us, it's like the AI. They are intent. Like, it's weird how like they show a lot of team. Like the enemies have a lot of teamwork because their goal is like they're really trying to kill you. In like Call of Duty, like sure, it's like they just seem like they're just doing target practice or something. Like they're not really trying unless they just keep shooting or whatever. But like the AI in the Last of Us games, like they are just really trying to. When I was playing Uncharted, the main reason why that I kept dying was because they just put too many enemies in one spot, and then like they didn't give you enough bullets. So you had to kind of like figure out ways to like kill all of them, but without having to. In Last of Us, it's kind of the same thing, except it's more of like a survival. Like I'm really trying to not die right now. It has. It's because of the theme of the game. Small conundrum is I like this game mode a lot, but it's not like a separate download. It's part of this really big 90 something gig game. But it adds replayability, which I think is like really smart. It says 80 something, but I think it's actually taking up way more space than 80 something because it said I needed like 90 or like 100 gigs for it. Oof. I like it a lot though. Maybe I'll do one more run so I can unlock that whatever thing, and then if I ever want to replay this game ever again, I can just do that. What are our challenges? Craft 10 times in a run? I did not do that. Okay. I wanted to unlock the Joel, but I guess I just kept playing as Ellie when I should have played as Dina.
Let's see what we got
Okay,
in here.
we're just gonna go. We don't need to craft anything because I ain't got nothing. Serify. Okay, that's fine. That works. I feel the only enemy types I don't want to face is the infected. They're just a little more challenging because they have to be killed from headshots. They don't take a lot of like damage to the chest. Like if you were to shoot like a person, they at least like like they fall to their knee and you know like they actually feel like they're hurt. But in infected, don't really feel no pain. Oh, you can craft it. Why would I want to do that? That is such weird timing. I don't think I'd ever want to do that. Where are they? Oh, they're from there. Okay. Oh, who doesn't love a free med pack? Yeah, you don't want to run because then they will hear you. Which is stuff like that too. That's like kind of crazy. If you run, they'll hear you. You just kind of have to approach it slowly. I don't see. Oh, there they are.
Cora! We're under fire!
There they are. Oh my god. Oh wait. Always get this first, because then the icon will go away. Okay, so reload while we run. Pick up some bullets if we can. Sickle here. Okay, where are they spawning? Over here. Okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, also like in a game like this too, because there's like health bars. You can't just I see someone. Like it's not like in Call of Duty you can just like stand somewhere and kind of just heal. You have to just actually craft stuff to heal yourself. Oh my god. It's telling me something with the brick, but I don't. Oh, stunned in it. Okay, well I'm glad I did that.
That's right.
Oh my god, okay. Oh! Shucks, I did not mean to do that. Last wave.
Joshua! Run!
Damn it!
Yeah, dang, dude. Joshua.
Don't fuck with me.
Okay, cool. Cool. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. New character. Complete 5 gambits. Maybe they mean in one run? I don't know. Okay. Collect my reward. And to think, the Last of Us team was like about to work on a multiplayer game that got canceled. They should have just released it. I don't know what they were thinking. Okay. Well, oh, wait. I saw something I like. I don't think I'm going to need it, but you never know. Can I upgrade my gun? I should be able to. Oh, not for damage, though. Dang, I was short. Okay. Okay. I can have somebody help me. Oh, but it's infected. I really don't want it infected. Hospital. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but I would find it super hilarious if GTA flopped. People were like, "Oh, it's getting bad." I don't think it's gonna happen because people love GTA too much and they're gonna play it regardless. I am curious if they do plan on, like, they have to be making a brand new online mode, right? Like, there's no way that they would just, like, but that's like the weird trade-off is, like, if they make a brand new online mode, they're gonna, like, lose a bunch of players who were, like, playing the GTA 5 online mode. Like, they're just abandoning their player base, you know? I don't know why I did that. I saw somebody like a split second ago. Oh, it's a dog. Sorry, dog. Can't have you chasing me like that. Whoa.
Sitting.
That makes sense as to that makes no sense as to why I'm able to do that, but that's kind of crazy cool. Okay. You know it's a good problem when everything you have is full. Okay. Start her up. Coming from the same area. Okay. Not too shabby. I just need to melee somebody. That's all I need to do. There's two of them walking together. Oh, that was really close. They're coming from this way.
Visual on her! Fuck! Get behind her!
Oh ho ho ho. Merry Christmas, dude.
Damn.
That was real close. Could have died. Okay. No, so here was the thing. They did do one, right? But the problem was, if I remember correctly, they made a multiplayer of this. They have it, right? Then they showed it to Bungie because they wanted to get some feedback on, like, if it was like if what they were doing was good, and Bungie was like, "Oh no, there's some like stuff that you could do to make it better." And then then for whatever reason, like that was the last update that we heard, and then they just canceled it, which is crazy. Because of that too, that wasted so much time from Naughty Dog when they could have been working on that Galactic game, and that game would have already been out, but because freaking the Sony making the dumb decision of we need games as a service, people didn't want it. You know, like if they had never done that, would we have gone to Last of Us 3 already? Who knows? Because they would not have worked on a Last of Us multiplayer game. Why would you want like your best studio to be making a multiplayer game if that's not what they specialize in? Have somebody else do that. You know? Don't have Naughty Dog do it. Have somebody else do it and then have Naughty Dog be like, we like this or we don't like this. You know what I mean? I think the problem also with that is because like if they make Naughty Dog do it, you know, Naughty Dog's engine is so good. So I feel like it would take so long for them to make a game that like looks insanely good and then plays the way that it does. If they just had somebody else, like I don't know, just some other studio, like Blue Point. I mean, like with the whole, if you guys remember the whole story of Blue Point actually wanting to do a Bloodborne remake, and then From Software was like, "No, we don't want you to do that." That's crazy to me. I would have loved the Last of Us multiplayer. That would have been great, but it's just unfortunate that's not what we got. I don't want a bow, but I also don't really just want this one weapon. I only have 14. If I was to re-roll and I get a submachine gun, I would be short. So I'm probably just not gonna roll, and I'll just upgrade this revolver as best as I can. Damage for sure. I always will take damage. Yeah, this game's AI is just smart. Like, that's the thing about like, to me, why this game is successful. If the AI in this game was extremely dumb, I don't think The Last of Us would have like been as like good as it is. I think like just the whole package is just carrying a lot. Oh my god. This is where I fail. I hate fighting infected, but I'll try my best. Cause like yeah, like when you shoot, they know where you are, and then like because you in The Last of Us, no one ever really shows up like by themselves, because that's kind of weird. So they always come in a group, which makes sense. So then like one person can just go left, the other like that, like the pincer attack. It makes so much sense to do. But in a game like Call of Duty, like it's just bro soldiers just bro soldiering things. That's why they've been on a decline. You don't really see them like they're not the same no more. They ain't the same. Oh right. The game has to keep telling me, hey buddy, reload, don't forget. This might be a bad idea. I hate that. Shoot, where was my thing?
Close one.
Where is it? Oh, right here. I need all the bullets I can get. I hate it. I hate it. Oh, dear God. No! God, dude. I hate the infected. I will never be able to complete a run. No way. Yeah, close. I'm just really bad with the pistol. Pistol a little weak to me. But, you know. Humana. New character unlocked. Okay, so you and an ally will be attacked by a swarm of infected. You will feel if your ally is killed. Oh. Okay. I kind of like this idea of like, you play the run, and whatever happens, happens. And then like, as you keep playing the game incentivizes you by like giving you stuff. There's a new game mode. There is a new weapon. You can now have allies. You can do this, and you can do like that makes so much sense to do. But I'm going to uninstall now, because that's the end of the stream. I can't believe it's already 1 a.m. I'm going to try to see if put this to sleep mode and download Destiny, because Destiny is crossplay, right? But we're not going to be playing Destiny anytime soon. But I just want to have it because it's such a big download, and it's just. Okay, so yeah, we can play with PlayStation, Xbox, PC, and cloud if anyone does that. Let's take a look. Why? Let's uninstall. Shoutouts to The Last of Us 2. What a phenomenal game. It was such a good game. After beating the game now, actually Frey Lynn, I think you're still here, right? Or you were the one that was here with me, we talked about it. After beating the game now, I can definitely see a Last of Us 3. It's got to happen. I think it's got to happen. It's going to be a while because we need them to finish the Galactic Prophet or whatever that game's called. But we need that one to be done. Okay, we have 91 gigs of space. Let's take a look at Destiny. Actually, let's take a look. Test drive. Grounded. Oh, Grounded. I will add that later because I don't want to do that now. It's going to take up space. In library. Okay. Oh, okay. So for people who have PlayStation Plus, Final Fantasy 16 is a phenomenal game. It is a awesome game. People definitely need to go play it. Okay, so we have Destiny 2 here, Legacy Collection. I believe this is... You get all of these things, so I'm gonna have to probably play on PlayStation. That's just how it's gonna have to be. This game is 200 gigabytes? Is that even gonna fit on my console, dude? What the What? That's crazy. Okay, yeah, Trevor, I don't know. I know I said like maybe we should do like a community Destiny thing. That's crazy. It's 200 gigabytes. Let me take a look at my hard drive. I need to buy a freaking SSD, dude. She can't be. So yeah, that's I think she's not going to be the main character for the entire game unless okay. This one's tough. Last of Us 1 happens, Joel, Ellie, right? Last of Us 2 is about the revenge story. of Abby revenge on Joel, and then Ellie to Abby. Except, so we just finished the game, so I will spoil a little bit. So, Ellie and Abby fight, but she decides to let her go because, wasn't it because she started to feel like a guilty conscience or whatever? She goes back home to Dina and JJ, but they are not there anymore. So the game, what I think it's going to do is you are going to play as Ellie, but whether or not you play her for the entire game, that one's up in the air. I think she's gonna do that, like, you know, find out where Dina went, where JJ, where both of them, obviously, Tommy, Maria, like what's going on in Jackson or Jacksonville. I think it's called Jackson. So they're gonna find out like about that, and then yeah, okay. If The Last of Us 3, in a hypothetical, of course, if that's like the end like of their trilogy, then maybe they can do like a part where like they finally operate on Ellie, and then they get the antidote. Whether or not the antidote is a success, I don't know, because they don't have an actual, or they don't have the same doctor. It's a different one, so who knows? But I think they might do the same as Last of Us 2, where like they might have multiple protagonists. Like maybe we'll play as Abby again, right, to see what she's been up to with Lev, or like maybe we just see them in the game. Like maybe Abby's story is done because she didn't really avenge her father, but like, no, she did, but then that's all she really wanted. And then anything extra was because like Ellie killed Owen. She loved Owen, so maybe there was that. So who knows what it could be, but like, dude, okay. Look at all these other games that okay, maybe this one's also a big one. Oh my god, WWE 2K. I didn't mean that. I could get rid of Neon White. I am done with it now. I forgot why. Was there a reason why I didn't uninstall this yet? Okay. This is what I'm thinking. I play Tekken sometimes, but I don't play a lot. I also do like it, or I want to finish Like a Dragon, but I don't know if that's a stream game or not. I have it here like a just in case. But Tekken, I do enjoy playing Tekken. I'm not good at it, but I don't play it that often. But like that's a free 100 gigs that I can get. But sometimes I'm just in a mood to play Tekken, and then ugh. Yeah, so when Abby was the way that she and Lev looked when they were like doing the whole hanging thing, you can tell she was like, she didn't have energy. How she was able to survive all those freaking LE knife attacks is beyond me. Like that's crazy. But I don't think Ellie let her go because she wanted to kill her again. I think there was something that when Abby saved Lev, because Abby's like changed, right? Because she no longer represents the wolf. She's kind of just her own. She's basically a lone wolf now, but with Lev because they helped her through like this section of the game, which to me is weird because Joel did the same thing, but because she heard his name as Joel, then she got like all, not PTSD, but like it triggered something in her to have to go kill him. And then she because Lev and Yara like helped her out and all that, she's like, I'm like you guys are like my group now because she already lost Manny, who was friends with her at the wolf thing. Owen, who was at the court, who was also like not part of the group anymore. You know what though? I just thought about this. Isaac is still alive. He didn't die, did he? So like maybe he'll be part of like the third game. I think he was shot though, but I don't think he died because Yara like got the gun and she did that one last shot. But I don't know if like, but like I don't know if that like actually got him. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know. Okay, so here's the thing. I might have to actually just get rid of Tekken 8. Once I do that, I'll have about 110? No, I'm stupid. I'll have about 200. Yeah, I'll have about 200 actually. Oh, yeah, you're right, huh? Because if no, didn't Tommy encourage her to go do it? Dina was like, "Don't go." Dina was like, "Just stay. You don't need to go. You don't need to whatever." But then Ellie was like, "I have to." Because if I remember correctly, because Maria didn't want her to go, but Tommy was like, "Remember what you said," and like get her at all or whatever. And then she was like, "No, I don't want to." And then Tommy got angry. He left. Remember? And then but then Dina was like, "Oh, you don't have to. Like, just stay." But you know, of course, she didn't know that like the person was hanging or whatever. Like, she just thought Abby was just chilling at this island. But like, yeah, if she had just listened to Dina, then Abby would have. But I guess, and this is not like, you know, this is just what I'm thinking. I think she wanted to be the one to kill her herself. Because remember, Abby killed Joel. If she was like, oh, like, you know, like, just let Abby stay there, she'll die eventually, whatever. I think Ellie just wanted to be the one to get rid of Abby herself. Like, that's the... I don't have an external drive. That's the problem. I only have the console space. I don't have an external. If I had an external, like this would have been easy peasy, but I actually don't. I never thought I'd need it because originally I thought the PS5 was going to have at least a terabyte, but it didn't. It only came with like 800 something, which I thought was really dumb. And because now with the whole RAM crisis and computer part crisis because of, you know, AI, you know, all this. Like, I bought an SSD recently, but it was for my Mac. It wasn't even for this. I should have bought one for my PS5. That would have been... If I had known the whole RAM crisis was going to happen, I should have bought one when it was cheaper. So now I just have to just uninstall things. If I do uninstall this, that would be 200. But then the PlayStation forces you to have to leave some space so that it can update or something. Let's see. How much was it again? It was 2 what? 210. I would have to get rid of Tekken and like maybe like Wu Chang or something like that. And this one, so that I'll at least have some space. I can leave like a dragon because all I have is just like these small games that are less than 10 gigabytes. And then I have like 3 big ones: Tekken, WWE, and Elden Ring. Like, I could get rid of Elden Ring since I don't play it no more. But it's only 80 something, and I would have to get rid of like more games if I did that. And I've been playing, secret. Here's a secret thing. I've been playing this offline, Lego Horizon, and the game's okay. I really want to ROG out, but that's $1,000. You think it's wiser to spend a bit more for a PC to complement PS5? I will give you, not advice, but I'll tell you what I did. I did not buy an ROG Ally X. I do want one, but then when I saw the price tag, I said I don't want one no more. I do, however, have an older ROG Ally, the Z1, the low end one, right? Not even the Z1 Extreme, but like the very first one that came out. I have that one, but like the lower end. And I use that to play indie games because no way on God's green earth am I going to play Cyberpunk on that thing. And if I was, it's going to be like 30 frames or something. Forget it. I'll just use it to play indie games. Now, in hindsight, the white one? Yes, the white one. In hindsight, I don't want to say that I regret it, because I don't really regret buying it, because I bought it for cheap. I got it for like $300 brand new. But I definitely bought this, and like I don't really use it, if I'm being completely honest. It's hard for me. It's okay. So you're saying to complement your PS5 is your PS5 like, I want my TV, I'm sitting on a couch, sitting somewhere like in front of the TV and just enjoying my game? Is that basically how you do it? Because I'm a little different, right? Because my PS5's on it's hooked up to a TV, but it's hooked up to my PC so that I can stream it. The ROG Ally that I have, I use it to like, I only play it that's the thing. I don't even play it a lot. I play it sometimes, like very rarely. I play on my Switch way more because I just like this Nintendo Switch. I don't like the button stuff, but because the ROG Ally is like it is a PC, but but that's the thing. Like, I bought it because I thought I was going to be going out more, like, and then like I have it with me so I can just play. But that thing, like the battery life on it is awful. It's only like it. If I'm lucky, I could get like 2 hours. But like with the ROG Ally X, or like the $1,000 one, it depends on the game that you play. Yes, that one can play AAA games like better than the one I have for sure. But like, if you were to spend $1,000, wouldn't you want to get like a gaming laptop? Because that one would probably run games better in my right? Because that, I understand the form factor and like how many things you have to carry for that thing, but like, that's the thing about the ROG Ally. Like, it's cool. I just feel like it's not really worth $1,000. Like, even if you were stinking rich, and that's the thing too. It's like, my mistake was I saw a good deal and I just went for it. I didn't think about, well, what am I using it for? I use it on TV, but if I had a setup, I would have on the setup because I want to stream, do game stuff. Okay. So that's the thing, right? Because computer parts are extremely expensive because of the whole AI debacle thing. $1,000 honestly is not going to get you a beast of a computer anymore. It used to, but like, it depends. Like, if you buy a pre-built, you might have a better chance than building it with pieces yourself. Because like, for example, if you want the latest and greatest NVIDIA graphics card, that's already like $2,000, and that's just the graphics card. My system's a bit older. I have the 3070, but I also bought my computer off of somebody because my cousin built it. He was moving to like another state, and he didn't want his computer to just sit there, so he just sold it to me. So I was like, oh sure, I'll buy it off you. Why not? And So I was like, but this was like years ago, right? So it was around the 3070. But yeah, it just depends on what like graphics card and even the CPU that you get. Like computer parts, when they add up, is very pricey. I also have a Switch too, so I think it would be overlap, and I don't even go out. Okay, yeah, so that's the thing, right? That was my mistake. I thought I was going to be playing this ROG Ally a lot because I thought I might be going out, but then I don't. Or if I did go out, I also have a Switch that I trying to finish Digimon on, and I just mainly just end up playing that instead. ROG Ally 2 also is pretty loud because there's fans in it, so like you can hear the fans while you're like, especially if it's working hard. You know, if you wanted to play Cyberpunk for whatever reason on the go, the fans will kick in and it's be kind of loud. So like if you're trying to be mindful as well with like around if you don't care, then you don't care. But like if you are like me and you're trying to be mindful, you can't be having that thing and you're playing and then it's just you know. Of course, the cool thing about it is you can tweak settings and stuff, but just know that like if you're playing like, you know, Cyberpunk, it's gonna cause a lot. But like if you're playing something like Balatro, where like it's just an indie game, like if you bought this machine mainly to play indie games on your bed, then this is a great machine. But at the same time, like you mentioned, you already have a Switch too. And if you ROG Ally, the cool thing about that is it technically just uses Windows, right? So like you can use Steam, you can use Xbox app, you can use Epic Game Store. If you're like me and you collect the free games on Epic Game Store like every week, like that's the reason why I chose that over Steam Deck, was because of that. But yeah, personally, I don't really end up using it that much. I just have it laying next to my bed, but I don't really, because like I do play mobile games as well. So I'm mainly just playing mobile games, and then I'm like, all right, time to go to bed. And then I really don't ever like play my ROG Ally. However, in ROG Ally, you can use it like a laptop. Like it is PC. So if you want to Bluetooth, keyboard, mouse, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? So like it's like a mini PC that you can just bring with you. If you buy an adapter, you can also plug it to a TV. It's like a console. Okay, if you want to actually do that type of stuff, like editing and making content, then yes, getting a PC is the right thing to do rather than getting an ROG Ally. And ROG, like I said, ROG Ally, technically you can do all these things, but if you're like video editing, it's a really small screen, so like that's not going to be good, especially if you do it based off that. Computer though, you know, you do have to buy monitors, you have to buy a mouse and keyboard. You can use, if you have a control, like a PlayStation 5 specifically controller or an Xbox controller, it can, like, if your computer has Bluetooth, it can just connect like so much easier. PS4, there you have to do some workarounds, download some programs. That's a little more of a headache. If you have a PS5 controller, it's just so much better. Like I had an extra controller laying around, so I just used that on my PC. But yeah, if you actually want to like edit and all that stuff, and you don't want to edit on your phone, because if you want to stream or if you want to record content, having a computer is so much better. You know, especially because then your computer can also play the PC games at a better, higher setting. It's just overall, it's just better ROG Ally. In my opinion, the people who would have an ROG Ally is somebody who travels a lot and wants the game on the go. That's who I think it's for. I don't recommend it for people who are like me, who are just homebodies and you just stay at home, because if you already just have a PC or you already have a console. Like why would you want to, like, unless you just want to play in your bed? But $1,000 for it, like, that's too wacky. I wouldn't suggest it. But for what you're saying, I would definitely go for PC. Problem is, like I said, PC parts are expensive separately. nowadays, because back like a couple years ago, like it was better to build your own PC because then you can like you can still try to scavenge for parts and like not scav but like you can still try to deal hunt and like look for parts and stuff. Or another suggestion, if you're open to used products, then Facebook Marketplace, people might be selling computer parts, then maybe you can get all that stuff together, put them together and make it. If you do want to make a computer though, there is a website called PC Part Picker. I believe that's what it's called. Let me like look that up. Yeah, PC Part Picker. It will like it has a guideline, and then you can like just use it to like how you want to build. But like here, let me show you guys. Are you watching on the horizontal or vertical? Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so this is the website. Oh shoot. Sorry, let me resize this thing. But yeah, see like what I'm doing right now, OBS, that you do this on a computer. Doing it on a ROG Ally is going to be a nightmare because the screen is so small. Unless you have a monitor that you can connect it to, then like that's cool. But okay, so this is the website PC Part Picker. They already have, look at this, some guides of what you can do to build. Like this one's under 1,000. Because for streaming PC, like if you're just using your PC to stream, not a PC, like there's so much. If you're like me and you stream your PS5, right? You have to buy a capture card for that. But if you want to stream your PS5, you don't need like the world's strongest computer, right? Of course, the stronger the better, the more like less frame drops and all that stuff, then that's great. But like this one, entry level, they've like pretty much picked the parts for you. See, but here's the thing, I'm looking at it and it's kind of old. DDR4 is considered old now. DDR5 is like the new stuff, but it's more expensive. If you yeah, so PC Part Pickers is a website that you go to if you want to build a PC. You look at the prices for these things. This is how much people spent, by the way. Crazy. But yeah, this is a recommended one, 780. So for example, you go here, the website will help you choose, or maybe this is somebody's, I don't know, but like they kind of choose parts for you. So like you go builder, so this is like your list, your outline. You choose the CPU that you want, you choose the cooler that goes with it, then the motherboard to put it on. RAM sticks, like, you know, they cost an insane amount. Look at that, 400. That's wild. Back then, like a couple years ago, you could buy like I know this is like 32 gigs, but you could buy 16 gig for like $100. This is $400. That's insane. So that's the thing, is like if you want a good computer that doesn't break your bank, you have to go for a slightly older one. So something that uses DDR4 memory instead of DDR5. DDR5 is the new, like the standard stuff, but it's extremely expensive. The best CPU is AMD, the best card is NVIDIA. That's tough to say. I know a lot of people like Intel for CPUs. But yes, I guess technically you're right. AMD is the king right now for CPU. AMD also does do graphics cards that aren't bad. The difference is just like AMD graphics cards are really good. But because Nvidia is the one like pushing AI forward and like put in a, you know, personally in a bad way. But like Nvidia is like, their cards are expensive because they know people will buy it for like $2,000, versus like an AMD card, you can get one that's like kind of on par. Like yes, Nvidia is like a little bit better, but if you go with AMD, you will save yourself a lot of money. So for example, let's go here. This one is a Radeon, so this is Nvidia. This one is a 9060. So this one, I don't think, no, the 50 series is what's better, right? No, it's not. This is actually better. But these things are big. You also, like, for these really big ones, you might have to actually buy a thing that holds it, which is crazy. So yeah, so this is like $460. I guess it's not $2,000 anymore. It probably went down by a bit, so that's pretty good. But like this one, oh my god, look at this. This thing is $1,200 or $12,000. What the heck? I don't even know why this thing is $12,000. That's ridiculous. Obviously, you wouldn't want to buy something like that. But like the 50 series, I know is new, right? 5090 right here. This one, yeah, the 5090. If you want top end, $4,000. They even tell you like the websites, and then like, you know, if you in stock, because people were buying them out like crazy. Comparable? PS5 is old. If you're like me and you have the OG PS5, PS5 is old now. But here, let me see. Because the difference is like now, because like computer parts come out all the time, they do get better. And like, for example, like if I was to play Last of Us, right? I was able to play on 60 frames, 1080p or whatever it was, 4K 60, right? On a computer, you can probably do like 4K 120 with like all the new parts. Obviously, that's not what you're trying to do, but like, and yeah, PS5 technically is like considered like not outdated, but it is like a behind. There's a guy on YouTube. His name is Linus Tech Tips. I don't know if you've heard of him, but he mainly talks about computer stuff. Like he has videos of like, oh, let's try to build a PC with that's similar to a PS5. Okay, so like upscale. Yeah, see that's the thing. Upscale, if as long as you're okay with upscale, then that's already a good start. So I'm looking at this is an AI summary, but oh, here you go. Look, I will show you this. This is the guy I'm talking about. The guy right here in the middle. The PS5's price went up, so I built a PC that beats it, and he made this in April, which is pretty relevant, right? But I'm going just according to AI. Their GPU is a 3060. You know him? Oh yeah, that guy. He makes videos like that. He's much way better like computer stuff than me. I'm very interested in computer stuff. I'll talk computer stuff with people. It's just like he's way smarter. Like I'm just like some dude. I'm just some average guy. But like if anyone has like questions, of course I'm always happy to help and do my best to help. But okay, anywho, 16 gigs. Okay, DDR4, which I mentioned is a bit older, which is what I'm using. A 3060 Ti. I don't know how it compares to what I have. I just have a 3070. If I remember correctly, I think this is a little bit better than that. But 3060 Ti came out in about 2020, 2021. So it's a bit old. So if you can get an AMD 6070 or 6700, I believe you can probably. This is the graphics card. Let's look at AMD. Or no, we can look at any. Let's see if I can find 30 somethings. I don't know if they're on sale anymore. 3060 Ti. I don't know what LHR is. Let's say 3060 Ti. Let's see if they got any. Look at that. There's a bunch. There's a Founders Edition. Oh, see, 8 gigs. Oh no, I guess that's it. So 8 gigs. You can get this. Oh my god, $400. That's not worth it. If this is $400, you might as well just get a more modern one. Yeah, at Amazon for 4. No, I would not buy that then. Let uncheck it. Go back to the original 400, right? If you a 9060, if you just paid an extra $60, you already get like a brand new graphics card that's amazing. Oh, okay. I can explain it. So real quick, I'm supposed to actually have stopped streaming like an hour ago, but I'll try to explain to you that real quick. A 5060, right? The naming structure is a little silly, but the most important thing is the last two numbers. The higher the number, they don't ever do like 5010 or they start off with 5060. So 6 is the lowest, 7 is second, and then 8, and then 9 is the highest. They usually just do like 4. So for example, 50, 60, 70, 80, and 90. Actually, I don't even know if they even do 80. And I'm a liar because apparently there's a 50-50. Okay, I guess... Oh, there is an 80. Okay, so they do 50, 60, 70, 80, 90. The higher the number, the better it is. The problem is the higher the number, the more it costs. 50-50, don't ever buy anything that ends with 50 for NVIDIA. It is really bad. Like, awful. Don't ever... Like, it might as well just be a paperweight. Like, that's how bad it is. The sweet spot is 70, because that's like in the middle. It's like not the best, but it's not the worst. It's like it's a strong middle. I always recommend something with 70. AMD, you can also kind of follow the same suit of like the last two numbers. The higher, the better. See, so for example, this is from Gigabyte, which is the same company. They have a 9060 and a 9070. 70 is better than 60. As you can tell by the prices here. It is better. However, for AMD, I don't think I don't know if they do a 9090. Let's go graphics cards. I don't know what these websites are. Here, let's go AMD's website. Let's see what they got. The cookies. Who doesn't like free cookies? Let's see if I can go products. Graphics. Workstation desktop. Okay, so Radeon RX is like their brand name. Oh, I guess I'm already here. Okay, so let's look at... So it seems like 9070 is their highest end. Is cool. There's a bunch of websites that will like help as well. Okay, so here's the lineup. Perfect. 97. So they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. They have 7 SKUs. Why do they have 9070 GRE? I have no idea. But you kind of just like look at the numbers here. So like for example, the 9060 XT, it's better than the GRE and the regular, but oh, actually no, it's higher than that one too. Okay, well that's weird. I don't understand that. But like there's the 7900 and the 6000. I believe the 6000, the newer, I think the higher the number the better, right? So 6000 is the older one. I don't know why they skipped 8. Unless they're the type of company like, because I know there's some Chinese companies don't like to use the number 8 because it sounds like the word die, and that's just bad luck. So that could be a thing. Performance visuals. If you do plan to stream, I would suggest a NVIDIA card. If you plan to stream, if you just want to record videos, then you're good with both. But specifically, the reason I say that is because NVIDIA has something in it that like works really well with streaming. It has something like AVI or like a NVENC or something. Like it just works, but like AMD works as well, but NVIDIA for whatever reason just like when it comes to streaming, they just work better together. Um, yeah, this website is so weird. But like they show you stuff like this, with like the what do you call that thing? The well, whatever. Anyway, so they do this right because they tell you what games you play, or like if any of these are the games you play, they tell you how much they. Well, if you play on 4K, this is what you can get on average. Yeah, it's a lot, but if anything, I recommend watching the guy's video, Linus. He will hopefully be able to guide you a lot, better than me because I'm the type of person where like I know of these things, but I'm really bad at explaining why it's good. I watch his videos, but like he kind of talks fast, and like if I really wanted to learn everything he says, I would have to like pause, look it up, continue, pause, look it up. Like I just for me, it's just like I understand some of these things, like why this and that, but I couldn't I couldn't like explain to you like why it's good. I somewhat understand why it's good. I just can't explain it. That's my downside. Because like they make such weird naming skews. It's so confusing. Because if maybe I'm wrong and maybe the 9,000 is not the highest or something. But no, that can't be right because it seems like it is. Not Canada. But anyway, I use this website to pick out parts. Because if you pick parts and like there's something that's not compatible with the computer, this website would be like, oh, it's not going to work. Like for example, this graphics card, it can be really big. The picture is not a good example, but like they can be really big, and like if you put it on, if you choose a case that's like too small, they'll tell you like, oh, it won't fit because your case is small, or like your graphics card is too big or something like that. But yeah, if you want to build one, then you would go to something like this. If you want to as well, like I mentioned, you could always just buy a pre-built one so that like that's one less of a headache, and everything will like because they usually test things and then like boot up Windows and stuff for you and all that, and then they send it to you. So like they build it for you, you know. It's just you just have to pay a fee of someone building it for you. But if you do want to actually build it yourself, I recommend something like a PC part picker where you get to pick your pieces one at a time. You can also like once you build it, you can send people a link so that they can look at it. Like there's Reddits and stuff that you can go to, or even forums where like, hey, is this good for this price? And then people will like, there might be people out there that help you. Or if you want to come back to me, then I can always take a look at it as well. You know, stuff like that. Like, of course, you don't have to fill out everything, especially like, oh, I already have a monitor that I like. Then you don't need to add a monitor. You know what I mean? But like every other part, you're probably going to need. Like CPU, you definitely need a CPU cooler because then, or else your thing's going to heat up and then it's not going to work properly. The motherboard is the big piece that like you put all the pieces on top of, so it's like your skeleton. CPU is your brain. Motherboard is like your skeleton. Memory is like the energy or whatever you need to work. And if you're like me and you're like you hoard tabs a lot, that's what memory is. Storage, storage. Storage though, if you can't, oh, actually, yeah, it's right here. Like you don't want to buy something like this unless you're just like, oh, I just need a place to store all of my pictures or store all of my this and that. Oh, of course, yeah, no problem. Of course, I will, whenever I'm available, like on stream, you can always come and ask me questions. if there's like something you would like to learn or know about. When I was like you, when I was new to the whole computer thing, I I was very lucky to have someone in my life that like knew about computer parts or stuff like that. So I was able to ask him a bunch of questions before I did it myself because I was very much into buying pre-builts because like it was less of a headache, of course. But the problem is when it broke, I didn't know how to fix it, right? So once I learned, and of course over time I learned about building PCs and stuff like that. Like I can build a PC. I think it's been a while, but I'm pretty sure if I had to, I could. Um, it's you know it's cool that like you get to kind of just like change specific parts now. Like now that I know how to do it, like it's pretty nice. It's just of course, even nowadays, like before I buy anything, I always do research. Yeah. Um, but you also have to consider budgets and stuff like that too. And you try to think of what you really want to use your computer for. That's another important thing. It's like if I want it to be a gaming PC, then you know that graphics card is important. Then you wouldn't need like the world's best CPU, but you just need one that's good enough to work with your graphics card. You will need an SSD storage, like a M.2 is they're just nice. They're clean. They take up less space, but they can cost a pretty penny. Like 1 terabyte is 160, 2 terabytes 370, which is kind of ridiculous. But you also have to check like the sizes of of this so that you know if you got the right part to put in the motherboard. You do there's a lot of steps, but try one advice I can give is try not to take too much information at a time. Just take it one step at a time. You don't want to have too much and then like overwhelm yourself, because that would suck, you know what I mean? But I believe in you. And yeah, don't get that ROG Ally. What CPU is good for gaming? Like a Series 7? Are you looking at AMD or are you looking at Intel? Okay. Hold on. Don't tell me your actual location, okay? But there's a website called Micro Center. Okay? They don't have that many. If you happen to live near one, that's like you just hit a jackpot here. And the reason I say that is because they actually do something that I think it's really cost saving. So they do these things right here, bundles, where they comes with motherboards, the CPUs that work well with the motherboard, and sometimes if you're lucky, they also give RAM sticks. The bad thing about this is that if you buy an Intel, you don't get a CPU cooler. AMD, here's a tip. You see this AMD 7, right? It's a very thin box. This one does not come with a free CPU cooler. If you bought something like this, where it's bigger, there might be a CPU cooler inside. That's one way to save some money. Oh, see right here, includes cooler? No. So this one actually doesn't. But if I went with an AMD 5, this is older, but you see, it comes with a cooler. It's a bit older though, but that's the but like it should be fun. No, because then you do want like a slightly better CPU. But anyway, Micro Center. If you can go in person, that's always better. You can buy online, but I don't know if you can find these deals online. Maybe you can. And look at this. You can also shop by specifically AMD or Intel. So if you go AMD, boom, look at that. They have bundles. If you were to do like they even like for example, this one was AMD 7. There's AMD 7. Okay, here's the confusing part, right? AMD Ryzen 7 7800. Sounds whatever, right? But there's an AMD 7 98 something. The 9 is better than 7. But if you have an AMD Ryzen 5, that means it's a little bit worse than the 7. But they also have an AMD Ryzen. Let me see if I can find one. They have an AMD Ryzen 9. So like, of course, it costs more or whatever. But like yeah, you just have to do a bunch of research. But like, look at like, see, like for example, this one's already 1400. If your budget was 1000, this already like breaks your budget. So that stinks, right? So instead, you would just rather do something like maybe this one. It's a bit older, but it's only 400, and it comes with oh yeah, no graphics card though. But this one might be a bit older, so like you would have to probably just get. But then like that graphics card we saw for the 3060 was $400, which is crazy. But they also sell graphics cards here as well. Like this place is like literally just computers. If you're also super duper cheap like me, some graphics cards will come with like a free game. I bought no, never mind. That was a Yeti microphone. But I bought a microphone and I only bought it because it came with Far Cry 5. Other than that, I would not have picked that microphone. But yeah, they have like, you can shop by brand, which doesn't really matter personally. But oh my god, look at that, 3500, 3600 for that. You can get a Radeon 9070 triple fan with 16 for $670, or you can get a 5070 for 600. You know, but like Radeon or Nvidia, you can go with AMD. So many choices. But yeah, if you can ever go in person, all those people know computer parts, so they'll be able to help you. But yeah, it's very limited to where it is, to their location. They don't have that many stores. So, you know. But anyway, it is very late. I do have to go. But yeah, if you ever have questions, you know, of course, feel free to come ask me, and I will take a look. I'll always, you know, I'm always open to talking tech with people. 2500 PC would work fine. Not only would it work fine, that's really good. They have in my location. Oh, well, there you go. Oh, wow, that's perfect. Yeah, you should definitely go in person. Ask all the questions that you can, and like usually, yeah, just tell me, hey, I want to build like a gaming PC that can stream or that can record video. Those people will help you. I'm not endorsing them, by the way. Like, I'm not sponsored by them or anything like that. But you should check it out. Because my brother and sister, they bought parts from here before, and it's like their bundles is like a big save. You know what I mean? Big money save. So I'm always happy to help people save money, man. Especially in this economy, dude. Ugh, you know, roll my eyes. But yeah, do that. And then if you ever go, you gotta let me know what you went with. You don't have to tell me the price because I don't need to know that. But just let me know what parts you end up picking and stuff like that. Or if any of your other questions get answered, I would love to hear your story. But yeah, it is pretty late, so I do have to go. But thanks for watching. Shout outs to you, Fraylin. Good luck with that. Good luck with your computer parts search. Hopefully you're going to get yourself a beast of a computer. I'm telling you right now. It's going to be way better than mine. Actually, you know what? Don't tell me what parts you get, because I don't want to know how much better your computer is compared to mine, because I haven't upgraded mine in forever. So you know what? Yeah, call me jealous. You know what? Shadow ban. No, I'm just kidding. Could you admit? That's not surprising to see somebody who like gets really jealous and they go, "All right, shadow ban." No, but I'm just kidding. You know, I'm playing around. But shout outs to you. Good luck with that. Good luck in finding. Hopefully, you get all the right pieces. Hopefully, they all work perfectly for you. I'm looking forward to your PC journey. It's only better now but until you get it, you know. Shout outs to Rodrigo. Congratulations on getting that new job, sous chef. That's huge. That's really big. Shout outs to you. Shout outs to Liquid Form for being a real one, being good, being a good guy, and of course my moderator Trevor. He's always here. In 2 months, okay. Yeah, let me know, and then just do a little bit of studying, watch some videos and stuff like that. Just a little bit, just here and there. Don't force yourself to. Don't consume too much content. Just watch enough. But of course, shout outs to Trevor, my main man, my big modski. Appreciate you, big dog, for always being here, always being like the first one to show up. I appreciate you. You know that. And shout outs to like everybody else who's always been watching my streams, keeping me company. I'm in a good mood today. Not yesterday, but I'm in a good mood today. Yeah, yesterday kind of sucked a little bit, but it has nothing to do with the stream. It was just what happened during the day. But anyway, that's it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, where we announce what new game we're playing next tomorrow. It's either Shadow of the Colossus or Metaphor. Be on the lookout. All right, bye everybody.